Okay, cool. She's got it. So meet me on your mat. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is come down into child's pose. And so for child's pose, we're sitting back on our hips and heels. You have the option to keep your knees wide, or you can bring your knees together, whatever is going to feel most comfortable for you. So from here, just go ahead and find that nice comfortable position and then walk your hands forward. And surrender yourself down, forehead on your mat. Just take some deep breaths here. You'll notice that a lot of today's class comes from a yoga inspiration. So start to cultivate your breath and drop into the space on your mat. Maybe this is the first time today where you've stopped. And if that's the case, acknowledge that, congratulate yourself, and just take a few more breaths all to yourself. One more full deep inhale and exhale. Inhale to prepare here. And on your exhale, lift your forehead slightly and walk your hands to the right side of your space. Now, once you get into this position, think about pressing your left hip back on your left heel, driving your left hand and right hand into the floor in front of you, and find length through your left side body. Think about pushing the floor away from you as you press your hip back. If you have the availability here in your back and in your neck, you can release your head to the floor. And just take a few breaths here. Take another full inhale and exhale. And on your next inhale, walk your hands back to center. Stay for your exhale. One more inhale here. And then on your exhale, walk your hands to the left. Drive your right hip into your right heel. And again, really thinking about opening up through that side body, nice rib stretch here. One more full breath in. One more full breath out. Inhale brings you back to center. Stay for your exhale. Take another round of breath here. Inhale deeply. And exhale, sigh it out. From here, carefully walk your hands up. We'll move into a seated position. I'm going to take a block to take the seat on, just to lift my hips a little bit more, give myself some space. And I didn't mention this earlier, but if you've got shoes on, kick them off. So I'm in socks right now, but this is also really lovely to come into barefoot as well. So if you're sitting on your hips or sitting on a block, just remove some of the flash out from underneath you, so that nice and tall. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Take an inhale, shine your heart forward. Exhale, press back, move into cat. So we've got some seated cat-cow here. Inhale forward. Exhale, press back. Good, two more. Move with your own breath. If it feels good to close your eyes here, do that. Trust that your body knows where to go. And an inhale brings you back up to center. Good, inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, right arm goes down, left arm reaches up overhead. Tent your fingers on the right side, side body stretch. Good, inhale, return to center. Exhale, lean the other way. Good, inhales to center. Exhales to bend. We're gonna go 4 times each side. So this was 2 on the right. 2 on the left. Move with your own breath. Good. Another option for a side body stretch here. One more time, right, left. Good job. Inhale returns you back to center. From here, exhale, left arm comes to your right knee. Rotate over your right shoulder. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, twist. So getting a little bit of spinal rotation here. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Good. Reach up. Grow long, grow tall. 2 more times, right, left. And twist. 1 more time, right, left here. Last twist. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, lower your arms. Good. Find a few shoulder rolls here. We'll find some stretches in through the neck and the shoulder. Good. Just come to a neutral spine. Shoulders stacked over hips. Inhale for lengthen the spine. Exhale, bring your right elbow, your right ear to your right shoulder. It's a nice lateral stretch on the left side. Again, you can close your eyes here if that feels good. And just breathe. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, left ear to your left shoulder. Inhale brings you back to center. Exhale, right ear to your right shoulder. If you're looking for a little bit more intensity, left hand flexes down towards the floor. Find a little bit more length through your left neck. Inhale, return to center, release the left arm. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Option to add the right hand pressing away. Good, ease up on the tension and then return back up. 1 more time, right ear, right shoulder. This time, slowly and carefully drop your chin towards your chest. And then swing on over left ear to left shoulder. Go as slow as you need to here. Notice that I'm not going back. I'm staying right, left, left, right by way of center in the front. Maybe you find a sticky spot that you want to just linger in a little bit. That's fine. Wherever you are, we'll end with our left ear towards our left shoulder. Once you're in that spot, inhale brings you back to center. And exhale. Squeeze your shoulders up to your ears. Take an inhale here. And exhale, let them fall. Gonna do that twice more. Inhale, squeeze nice and tight. Exhale, let them fall. Last time. And release. Good. From here, arms come out in front, interlace the fingers. Reach the palms forward, flip your hands inside out. Arms reach up nice and tall. And exhale, open up through cactus arms. Good. Arms come out to the front. Flip the fingers, little finger and wrist stretch here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. Good. Reach forward, inhale. Exhale, flip them inside out. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus arms. 1 more time. Inhale, repeat. And exhale down. Good, go ahead and shake out your arms. We're going to move into a tabletop position. So you can remove the block out from underneath your hips, or if you've got a cushion there. And we'll come into a tabletop with shoulders over elbows over wrists, and then hips over knees. Draw your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. From here, we're going to fire up the core a little bit. For those of you that were already in Tabata cardio, your core is already pretty fired up, which is great, but we've had a little bit of a rest. So tuck your toes under, take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, push the mat away, hover the knees up off the mat. We're just doing this to create a little bit of heat in the core as we prepare for more movement. You're here for 3, 2, and 1. Release the knees down, untuck the toes, sit back, child's pose. Take a deep inhale here, and full exhale. Good, come back to your tabletop. We'll do that one more time. Tuck your back toes, inhale to prepare. Exhale, fire it up, lift the knees up off the mat. You might even feel a little bit of shake, a little quiver. That's totally fine. Stay with it. You're here for 3. Downward facing dog in 2 and 1. Press the hips up and back. Walk your feet out. Downward facing dog. Now this is our first downward facing dog class. So maybe it's short. Maybe the knees are bent. That's totally fine. Good, from here, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Come into forward fold. Forward fold, let your head hang heavy. Option to grab for opposite elbows here. Find some length in your spine. You have an option to shake your head yes. Shake your head no. We're going to come back to yes, ending on a positive note. Hands come to your shins or thighs. Inhale, press away, halfway lift. Torso becomes parallel with the floor. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. You've got some sun salutations here. Exhale, hands down by your sides. Beautiful. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk out to plank pose, either staying on your hands or lowering to your knees. Exhale, lower down slowly. Inhale, cobra, lift up through the chest, press the tops of your feet into your mat. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, move into your tabletop. Tuck your back toes. Exhale, hovering tabletop. You're here for 5. Final 4. Downward facing dog in 3, 2, and 1. Press your hips up. Breathe here. Walk your dog out. Take an inhale and deep exhale. Walk your hands back to meet your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain. Exhale, hands down by your side. Okay, we'll do that one more time. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk out to plank pose. Knees or toes. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra pose. Lift your chest, press your feet. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, move into tabletop, tuck your back toes. Exhale, hovering tabletop for 5, 4. Last 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog. Nice job. Okay, from here, inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot through. Plant your foot between your hands. So right here, I'm in a low lunge. Option to bring those blocks or cushions or even books if you have them to give you a little bit more support here. And then from here, just drop your right knee down. Walk your hands up on your left thigh. Stack your shoulders over your hips. So we've got a nice hip flexor stretch here on the right hip. We're just going to stay here for a static stretch for a bit. Really using our breath to guide the movement, or lack of movement here rather. If you find that you're holding your breath, good indication that maybe you need to back off a little bit. Just press that right hip forward, feel it open up. Stay with your breath. One more inhale, exhale here. Take another inhale. And then on your exhale, plant your hands, press your hips back, half splits, hamstring stretch on the left side. Now notice I'm moving my blocks back to support me here. I don't have a ton of flexibility in my hamstring, so I definitely need the floor to be a little bit higher for me. Right now my foot's flexed, but it feels good here too to almost point and flex my foot to feel the stretch change in my hamstring. And then once you find the spot that feels good, see if you can stick to it. Keep your shoulders and your hips square to the front leg as you surrender into the hamstring stretch. Now, there's going to be lots of hamstring stretching coming later, so if you're looking for a little bit more and not getting it from this, you'll get it a little bit more. Take another inhale, exhale here. And on your next inhale, shift forward and stay for your exhale. Good, walk your hands up. We'll do another series in with the hip flexor here on the right side. So maybe noticing a little bit of a difference as we find it on our second time. Maybe there's a little bit more opening, a little bit more freedom. Maybe the breath is less constricted. Take another inhale, exhale here. And on your next exhale, press your hips back, move into half splits, find your hamstring stretch. And on your next inhale, we'll press forward, coming back into that lunge. I'm gonna pop up on my right toes. And from here, I'm gonna walk my left foot out and bring my left hand on the inside of my space. So my left foot is on the outside of my left hand, my knees right by my left shoulder. For the yogis in the room, we're gonna find lizard. So you can walk that foot out a little bit more, even turn the foot on an angle. You can drop down to your knee here for this one. Now we're gonna feel an even more intense opening through the hip flexor on the right side. And I like to kind of rock side to side here. See again where I find that sticky spot, and then just kind of hold it in the hip flexor. We won't be here very long. We've already done quite a bit of hip flexor opening. One more full round of breath. Inhale, exhale. From here, use the strength of your hands. Tuck your back toes under, and then turn onto the knife edge of your right foot. I'm going to turn my back to you. So I'm going to get a little bit of an IT band stretch here, in through the right hip and through the left hip. If you need to, this is another great spot to bring the floor closer to you. Get a little bit more leverage there, and just kind of look over your left shoulder. Maybe find some more opening in the hip. And then carefully press out of that bottom arm. If you've got a block or a block, move it over. Pop back up on your toes and bring your foot back in between your hands. From here, right leg comes up and in. We've got pyramid pose here. So shortened stance. My feet are on railroad tracks versus a tightrope. So I've got nice hip distance here. And again, we've got another hamstring stretch in that left leg. So release your head to your knee. Maybe shake out, yes, no. Really think about plugging your left hip back into the hip socket here. That's going to help square your hips left and right. And we'll take one more full round of breath here. And from here, plant your hands to frame your left foot, and we'll walk to the front of your space. Wide-legged forward fold. So you can heel-toe your feet out a little bit to find a little bit more length in your space. We'll inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, forward fold. Do that again. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. You have the option here to bring your hands up to the side, interlace your fingers at your back, punch the fingertips up towards the ceiling, and then surrender as you find your chest expansion. Carefully release your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Heel toe your feet in. We'll come into a standard forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Then inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, lower your arms down. I'm going to step to this side so that we can do all of that again on the other side. We'll start with another sun salutation just to get us back down onto the mat. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, walk your hands up, high or low plank. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, child's pose, press back. Inhale, move into tabletop. Exhale, hover plank, hover quad rather. You're here for 5, final 4, down dog in 3, 2, and 1. Press your hips back, find downward facing dog. Good, so we've got all of that on the other side. We've already taken our left leg forward. So inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Plant your foot between your hands. Find that low lunge first with your knee lifted. And then when you're ready, drop your knee to your mat. Carefully walk yourself up. So hip flexor stretch on the left side here. Just staying with your breath. Square your hips and shoulders. One more full round of breath. Inhale here. And then exhale, presses you back. Find half splits. Right leg extends forward. Hips and shoulders square. Plug the right leg back into the hip. Next inhale brings you back forward. Find your lunge and move into your hip flexor stretch. Next exhale brings you back. Half splits last time. And an inhale brings you back forward. We'll press back into that low lunge. Working to find lizard again. Bring your right foot out to the right side of your mat. Right hand plants down. Drop the knee. Turn the toes out as you find that stretch. And again, I like to kind of oscillate back here, back and forth, finding that spot in my hip flexor that feels like it needs the most love. One more round of breath here. And let it out. Tuck your back toes. Turn onto the knife edge of your left foot. Rotate towards the back of your space as you come into finding my T-band stretch. Again, just peep over your right shoulder, finding life through your legs. See if you can press up out of that left shoulder. And then we'll carefully come back, walk your foot back in. Hands frame your foot. Take an inhale here. Exhale, shorten your stance, move into pyramid pose. Extend through both legs, square your hips and shoulders to the front leg, and just surrender. Bring your head towards your knee. One more full inhale and exhale. From here, heel toe your feet to face the front of your space. And then heel toe your feet out a little bit wider for another wide-legged forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway. Exhale to surrender, lower down. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. From here, turn your toes out. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs. Take an inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, drop your right shoulder between your knees. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Last time. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, surrender down, roll up, heel toe your feet in, and then spine roll up nice and slow. Inhale at the top. Exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. Okay, from here, we're hitting the mat. So come on down. This is a great time for you to find your strap or your belt or your dish towel. And we're gonna move into some more leg stretches. And this is where we will end today. So with your strap or your belt, you're gonna loop it underneath the bottom of your right foot. I like it to be somewhere between the bottom of the ball of my foot and the top of my arch. And we're gonna find some hamstring stretches and leg stretches in kind of 3 dimensions. So the first stretch we're gonna do is just pull that right leg back towards us, thinking about bringing your toes to your nose. So just a straight line back. You have the option to keep your left leg bent, or you can extend it. For me, it's more comfortable in my low back if my left leg is bent. So just experiment with that. See what feels good for you. And again, I promised more hamstring love, so here it is. We've got gravity helping us this time. With a little tug on that belt or your yoga strap. Take one more full round of breath here. Fill up with an inhale. And then on your exhale, you're gonna pass your right leg to the right side. So open up the leg to the side for a little bit of an inner thigh stretch here on the right. Now, for some of you, there may be a little bit added flexibility here, so you can actually grab your foot with your hands, that's fine. But if you don't have that, your belt or strap are really useful here. Kind of just letting gravity pull that leg down, finding some length in the inner thigh. Another full round of breath here. Your next inhale brings you back to center, reach up. And then on your exhale, pass your right leg to your left. Now, I don't have a ton of flexibility here. This is getting into the IT band and glute a little bit. So you may not notice a huge shift, but just go with where it feels good. We should be stretching to the point of mild discomfort, but never any pain. And sometimes in this one, I like to turn the ankle a little bit, see if I can turn on a different kind of stretch somewhere else in the leg. Take another full round of breath here. And exhale. Inhale brings you back to center and release your strap. Left leg is definitely bent here. Right leg crosses over your left. Let your right knee fall out to the side. We're moving into supine figure 4 stretch. So the left knee is going to pull into the chest. Option to reach your hands through your right leg and your left leg to find that space behind your thigh. If that's not accessible to you, this great place for you to use your strap or belt is just to kind of thread it through to bring your left thigh closer to you. So whatever works best for you, know that you have that option here. We're just going to work on opening through the right hip, flexing both sets of toes here to protect the knees. Option to take your right elbow and even press it into your right knee for a deeper stretch. So this is the supine version of pigeon pose for my yogis. It's a little less intense on the right knee than it would be if we were moving into pigeon. One more round of breath here. Inhale and exhale. Take another inhale. And exhale, lower your left leg to the floor. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, pass your right knee to your left side, spinal twist. Anchor your right arm into the ground and shift your gaze over your right shoulder. You have the option to close your eyes here for just a few moments. Next, inhale brings your right knee back to center. And exhale, lower down. I like to come into corpse pose here after doing all of that lovely stretching on the right side and just notice if you experience any difference in sensation between your right and your left side. Find all of that on the left. Bend your right knee. Left knee comes in. Find your belt or strap. Hook it on the bottom of your foot. Again, working with hamstring length. First, nose to toes. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, drive your foot back towards your face. You might notice a difference right to left. That's totally fine. We all have it. And again, you have that option to extend the right leg if that feels comfortable for you, or to give your low back a little bit more relief. You can bend the knee. One more inhale, exhale here. Your next exhale passes your left leg to the left side as we move into an inner thigh stretch here. Letting gravity do the work, again, holding onto that belt or strap, or if it's accessible to you, maybe grabbing the toes. Inhale, return to the center, and then exhale, press your left leg to the right side, finding that MT band stretch. Again, flossing through that ankle, maybe finding a different stretch in through the hip. Inhale brings you back to center and release your strap. Left ankle crosses over right knee. Flex both sets of toes. Bring the right knee in towards the chest as we move into supine figure 4. Again, you have the option to use your left elbow to press away through your left knee. One more round of breath here. On your next exhale, release your leg down. Left knee hugs towards your chest. Give it a squeeze. Inhale to prepare. And then exhale, supine twist. Pass your left knee to the right. Send your gaze over your left shoulder. And just take a few moments, close your eyes. Bring your left knee back to center. Right knee meets it to neutralize your spine. Maybe take a few rocks side to side, iron out your low back. And then release both legs to the floor. Move into corpse pose just one more time. See if we've evened out left and right sides. Take a deep inhale, arms reach up overhead, full body stretch. And exhale, sigh it out. Roll onto your right side. Let your right arm serve as a bicep pillow as you just surrender in fetal position here for a moment. As this is a transition out of your practice into your evening. Use the strength of your arms to help you come up to a comfortable seat. We'll meet wherever is comfortable for you. Inhale, reach arms up overhead. Exhale, lower. One more time, deep inhale. And exhale. Thank you so much for joining me for Deep Stretch. For those of you that were with me for Tabata cardio, hopefully that was just the treat you needed. Otherwise, hopefully this is a great segue into your evening. If you've got questions, we'll chat in the chat feature. Otherwise, have a great evening. We will see you soon.